Welcome to your daily focus for October the 12th, 2022. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy. Thank you for all the healing energy. Thank you for sending Paul love and energy as well. You know, he doesn't have to do that for me. He does take good care of me. He does fill in when I can't be there, so I'm so grateful for him in so many ways, just not that. Okay, so let's just get caught up mainly on the astrology because there are some transits that are still affecting us, and so I want you to be aware. First of all, Mercury entered Libra on the Monday. Now that means we'll be friendlier, we'll be more diplomatic, we'll be easygoing, and it's a perfect kind of energy to bury the hatchet, to heal wounds caused by arguments or misunderstandings. And I don't care if you haven't talked for 10 years. This is a time when you can reach out and actually gain some healing. Getting rid of that scar tissue, perhaps. On Tuesday, well, we had an 11 energy, so I hope you're off and running just hearing that it was going to be the 11th. The sun moved, well, the sun is in Libra. Sorry, I'm still foggy. Taurus, I think it was around supper time on Monday, went into Taurus. So it was still Taurus on Tuesday. Sun and Uranus were talking in the sky. Tension, anxiety. You know, we're restless. We can't relax. And especially if we've been kind of bored lately or we felt restricted lately, we are really going to be seeking the freedom, seeking the being able to be creative in our self-expression. Okay, and Sun also trined Saturn on Tuesday. So that brings in balance. That brings in a sense of being grounded. Okay, it allows us to turn our focus towards maybe some of our bigger goals. Long-term goals. Achievement, recognition is all possible for past endeavors. And so this energy, even though it was Tuesday, it was exact. It doesn't mean that we're not going to feel it still, okay? Now that the hangman fell out. The hangman is about being in the moment. It's about taking a step back. It's about understanding where we can give up control in our life, where we don't need to have that control or surrender to something. We were just being proud or for not surrendering to it earlier. We know it's for our better good. Still, sometimes we don't act upon it. Definitely being in the moment is a part of the hangman energy. Also, it's looking at the things we have in our life. I put it right under the Tower cards, so we'll see if that comes back out. I don't know what I was going to say. I saw the Tower card and right away I thought, oh, we're going to have awakenings. When we back it up a little bit and we are in the moment, we will have those awakenings. We will have those aha moments of what we need to release, of what we need to put in the past, of what we need to heal from. Because we have some beautiful healing energy around us. Utilize it when it's here. Sun trine Saturn. It's achievement, recognition, and probably for past things. Turn towards mentors, leaders, people you respect for valuable guidance. And then that takes us into today, which is October the 12th, 2022. Now, if we look at the numerology of the day, it is a 12 energy. So it is about it's the hangman energy, right? The 12 energy. So go figure why the hangman came flying out there. And I'm not really with it. I'm having to pause a little bit more, so please have a patience with me today. Maybe I'll get going. Maybe I'll crawl back into bed. I'm not sure. I'm pretty well over it, but the first day oh my gosh, I hit the bed like a wet bag of cement. I've got this little bit of a cough. I'm giving it a little bit more time, and then I'm going to eradicate it. I've been smudging, and we know there's such a thing as good smoke and bad smoke. Scientists have proven that the smoke of things like sage, use your favorite, the sweetgrass or whatever it may be that you like to burn, but what it does is any airborne viruses, or it surrounds, the smoke surrounds it, suffocates it, and it dies. It loses all oxygen. So it's very good if you're not feeling well or somebody's not feeling well in the house, to smudge your house. Okay, our ancestors knew what they were doing there. Okay, so the 12 energy. The 12 energy is being in the moment. Understanding what we need to let go of control of, or let go of, to heal from, what we need to surrender to. Maybe we've been fighting something, we've wanted something to go a certain way, and we've been holding out, knowing full well that it's not really going to manifest, and we really do need that plan B in place. And we're just teasing ourselves, we're just kidding ourselves, we're lying to ourselves. If we lie to ourselves, it's the worst kind of injustice, because then we really don't know which way to turn. If we look, 1 plus 2 is a 3 now, so it's about understanding where we want to plant the seeds, where we want to have creativity, birth in our life. Now, we are under a full moon energy, so chances are we are looking at what seeds we want to plant, what we want to give birth to, what we want to create in our lives, and what is preventing us from doing that. And then dealing with what is preventing us, that hurdle, that burden, that trapped feeling, that glass ceiling perhaps. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 10 energy. So we know that we are going into new seasons. We know that the energy will get lighter. We know that we are about to begin a new chapter of our life. And 1 plus 0 is the 1. So it is the pioneer. It is the trailblazer. It is the I am. It is the individual within us. It's the person who wants to charge and meet those conquests that we have, those challenges that we have to go through, those barriers that we have to go through, because we know we can break through them. With the 1 energy, I am, we know we are capable. We know, well, it's a sense of confidence that comes in us if we so choose to embrace that energy around us. Now, the big one is Mars. No, the big one, Mars. Mars square Neptune. Neptune is a very slow-moving planet. And Mars, because of it going into retrograde, this is going to be a very long square. So it's going to be hard over the next several weeks to motivate ourselves in the way that we want to motivate ourselves. It's going to take a lot more patience with ourselves. It's going to take a lot more self-discipline. It's not that you can't, it's the energy around us, and it will weigh us down to a point where we get discouraged quite easily, or we get confused quite easily. We're not sure of the step to take. We're not sure of where we're to put our energy. We're not sure of where to put our focus. We can really misjudge things, events, situations, events. So be careful, when you see something happen, that you just don't say what's on your mind, because chances are you might not have seen the whole thing, or there was information missing, and once it comes apparent what was missing, whoops, can't unsay it. We could get a little bit more suspicious of others, jealous perhaps of others. And if it sounds too good to be true, it most definitely is too good to be true. So be very, very cautious of your investments, of what you're signing up for, who you're buying into, what you're buying into. And Mercury is opposing Jupiter, I believe, in the sky. So that will bring in, luck, optimism. It's also going to allow us to broaden that horizon of ours. But we could scatter our energies quite easily because it's opposing. We could take on more than we can handle, agree to more than what we should have signed up for, because now there's not enough time for our focus on ourselves, on what we want to accomplish. We could trip over important details, completely miss them, which would affect our decision making and our step taking. And I think the moon and Pluto are also talking in the sky today. I think maybe later in the day. But it's where we appreciate those challenges. We feel alive and we feel a vitality when we approach those challenges and we overcome them. So not those big challenges or anything, but those little fine steps that we can take. Those are almost going to be satisfying. So don't turn away from them, because you're actually going to feel this vitality about you when you take on something that has been pressing you or blocking you in some way. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, our shadow card is, look at that, the Fool is back. You know, we waited almost the whole year for the Fool to start showing up, but since late September, the Fool has been here again and again and again. And what is the Fool? That is new beginnings, new starts. This is knowing that we don't need much to go forward. That if we have a whole big pile of stuff that we have to take with us, chances are we could clear 90% of that and still go forward. And we would go forward with a freer energy, a lighter energy. Nothing pulling us down, weighing us down. Now this is the time when we want to get rid of those things that weigh us down and pull us down, because we are under full moon energy. So it's a beautiful time for healing and restoring and releasing and completing. And did I already say completing? So you kind of get it, right? Our first card is the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is roll up your sleeves and get to work. It's going to take a consistent effort. It's going to take a disciplined effort. Now, the thing I like the most about this card is we hold the paintbrush. Now, if you look at that, it's almost like that doorway was completely blocked. And we're putting a doorway where nobody else would have thought. It was just perhaps a brick wall. So we have to create our way forward. We have to be the designer. We have to be the architect. We have to allow our self-expression to come out through our creativity in order to open up that door. Now, you may feel like no one's watching, nobody's paying attention, no one's seeing. There is always somebody watching and seeing with this card. So if you're doing the work in hopes of being recognized for something greater, chances are that will happen. Okay, make sure that we're not trying it in the wrong sense, though. It's very much when the energy is a certain way, when we try and get it from a negative angle, like manipulation or a little bit of white lies, it goes south on us very quickly. It just does the exact opposite of what the energy promised. So this is about getting creative. This is about painting. You know, when my kids were younger and I was vice president of an autism group for parents, and, you know, new parents would come and just not know which way to look and what way to turn, and they were talking more about, you know, they couldn't find help here and they couldn't find help there, and this waiting list is 7 years long, and I finally had to start saying, sometimes you need to paint your own rainbow. Sometimes you just got to say, okay, so there's all that bad stuff and we know about it and it's been unfixable, so let's look at some of the good things that we can work on right now. And maybe those bad things will go away. Maybe we'll find solutions down the road. Who knows? But let's work on something positive. Let's create a success so that we feel good and determined about our next step and our next step and the next step thereafter. We have the Devil. So the Devil is about changing behaviors, changing habits, being the phoenix rising out of the ashes, allowing the old to fall away so that we can be reborn. We can give birth to a new you, a new us, a new I. And the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the Seven of Swords here. Watch who you're sharing your stories with, okay? Because or watch who you're sharing your dreams with. Because not everybody's as nice as you. People will use your words to gain their own advancement in life, to get people to listen more to them by using your words, changing them around a little bit to make it sound like you don't know what you're talking about, but they do. Or you become the joke. And we don't want any of those things. So be cautious on who you're sharing your dreams, your hope, your wishes, your passions with right now. Okay? And just be cautious of the world around you. You know, you're telling your best friend at work that, you know, you've got this great idea for the office and you're going to present it to the boss, and the next thing you know, there they are presenting it to the boss, pretending it's theirs, and they're getting the promotion. So much for that friendship. Thought we had a great friendship, apparently not. So you just have to be kind of cautious when this card comes out, that somebody could be trying to step over top of you, stab you in the back, make you the fool. And also, this is the time to really understand what we need to take forward with us. So even though there's these two swords and they're standing up nice and straight and tall, we walk right by those. We take the extra effort to bend down to pick up that fallen one on the ground. That one is more valuable for what we need going forward than those two standing up shiny. And just because they're standing up and they're shiny doesn't mean, oh, maybe I'll use them later. We don't need them, we leave them. Okay, let's get a mantra. You know, I've never seen that before, but the birds, the pattern of the birds up in the sky reminded me of the outline of like a butterfly or something. So it's like spreading your wings and flying and believing in yourself. And a butterfly doesn't wait for permission for someone to say, okay, you can fly now. A butterfly flies because it can. And you need to fly. You need to spread your wings because you can. So especially if you're sharing your story because you just want somebody else to give that nod, you don't need the nod. You're good. We've got that one energy today, that independent energy today. You don't need the nod of approval. Your nod of approval. That's it. Moving forward, get ready for positive change. Moving forward, get ready for positive change. So even though we are at a point in our lives where we are completing and ending, we know that that is going to be a result of moving forward because we are making space for our new beginnings. We are clearing energy for our new beginnings. So we are moving forward even when it doesn't feel so much like we are moving forward. So situations, events of the past are clearing and making way for positive changes. Turn negative experiences into positives and a more rewarding future. You have the resources and ability to move forward now. Take a leap of faith, knowing that the angels will open doors for you and present a clearer and smoother road ahead. Don't let fear or stagnation hold you back. The mantra is, I'm ready to move forward with confidence. I'm ready to move forward with confidence. What a beautiful, beautiful affirmation for today. I'm ready to move forward with confidence. Okay, let's get an animal card here. The hummingbird, miracles. Look at that, the hummingbird. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracles of happiness. So maybe it wasn't a butterfly I was seeing, but a hummingbird. You are the joy bringer. You can make the decision on whether or not to be joyful or sad in this very moment. And now it may not last long depending on what's happening in your environment. Absolutely. But for a moment, you can choose joy or sorrow. So in this moment in time, choose joy. And now you enter the next moment and choose joy. And if you see somebody kind of glum, look in their direction and smile. Or wish them a good day. Or give them a compliment of some sort. And create joy in people's lives and watch the joy come into yours as a result. You bless the world with positivity and love. So bless the world, I automatically got in my mind, Sylvia Browne used to say when she was driving down the road, she would leave behind in her wake, in her mind, she would leave these silver columns of energy, of light, for the next person and the next person and the next person to drive through, so that everybody behind her was blessed for the day. Energy soars on your shining wings. So when you decide to start moving, start becoming, start stepping into the person that have been meant to be all this time, there's it's almost like there's a fairy dust around you. And the more you go towards your goals, the more that the energy around you creates more miracles in more people's lives and more miracles in more people's lives. And wouldn't that be a wonderful thing, is if each of us created happiness, joy, and miracles in our life, and it went on into a wave of all the people around us and all the people around them and all the people around them eventually get back from us. What a beautiful cycle we would all be on. So the hummingbird, miracles. Believe in miracles, expect miracles to happen. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.